Doesn't it look like a Microsoft desktop?
Better.
Even better, yeah. Okay, so we're currently waiting to go inside the Temazcal. Hello, it's future Catherine hopping in to explain to you what a Temazcal is. It's basically a tradition that they do in Mexico where you go into a sweat lodge. It's usually made out of clay, and you sit in it for up to 2 hours, maybe even longer. It's a very intense experience, basically to detoxify the mind, the body, the spirit, and to cleanse your system and to challenge your mind, really. Because it gets very hot in there. They literally put red hot rocks inside of there, and there's loads of aromas, and they're burning different kinds of plants and fragrances, so it's a very intense sensory experience, but we really wanted to give it a go and see what it's all about. I had this assumption that you would be able to leave the Temazcal whenever you want, like freely at will, and it's not like you're locked in there. Turns out that the one we're at right now, you can't leave. You can't leave until after the first round. There's 4 opportunities where they open the door and you're allowed to get out. And instantly my first reaction was just to go into a bit of an anxiety mode of like, oh fuck. I already feel scared and I'm not even in there. But my my little comfort to myself is going to be, like my little mantra is going to be, God is with you. You can do this. And of course, this guy was just explaining that it's essentially a war between yourself. It's a war that you have with the body and the mind, because your body can withstand the temperatures, like really high temperatures, but it's just a case of, will you allow your mind to convince you that you cannot survive in there? So it's really going to put into practice and really test my capacity, the meditation that I've been doing. Just being able to detach from the mind whenever it's trying to convince you to react on the thought, or tell you that you're in danger, or tell you to be afraid. So I'm excited, I'm very nervous, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but it'll be an experience at least. There's Vandross. He's fucking ready, he's already ready. He's going to do all 4 rounds, I know it. This is where it is. This is where we did our Temazcal.
She became famous because she started working, like, doing spiritual ceremonies with famous people like John Lennon and stuff. But basically the medicine has been here forever, and they work it like in so many places. But she became like well known because she started doing it with famous people.
I see.
Maybe when I come out here, I'm like, damn.
Ay Dios. I just finished the Temazcal. Vandross is still in there doing it right now, still. But I managed to stay in for 2 rounds. It was about 40 minutes, I'm not sure. But oof, I feel good, I feel replenished. As soon as I stepped out, I was like, oh, I just feel so in my body right now, and just my breath feels so good. It felt so good to breathe in the air, and oh my God, I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't find it too difficult, and I know that I could have done more rounds if I really pushed myself, but for me it was more so my body rather than my mind. My mind was fine. I was fine in there. I think with meditation it really helped me to detach from thought and not listen to the ramblings of the mind. So my mind was fine. I was using different mantras throughout, and it felt actually really good. It felt really relaxing when I just sit there and one of my mantras was feel the heat, enjoy the heat, and it just felt really fucking good, very detoxifying. But it was more so my body. I started to feel lightheaded, and I know that the body can withstand it, but I'm just glad that I did it and I took the plunge, because I was actually really nervous going in there. I was like, oh my fucking god, we're gonna be trapped in here. I was more so afraid of the feeling of being trapped in there, but I feel reborn. And they describe the Temazcal tent thing. Well, it's like a clay lodge. They describe it as being kind of like the womb, a mother's womb, and you're just in there. And when you exit, you feel reborn, baby. And I mean, hang on, I'm trying to turn. I can't turn the camera around on this iPhone, but let's turn around together. Look at that. Oh my god. I'm just really thankful, and it was a very beautiful experience actually, because we had to go around in a circle and say our names and why we're here and our intention, and I really enjoyed that part, just knowing that we're all there to connect, we're all there to really appreciate this tradition. And I feel like a big part of it was really to appreciate the elements, fire, earth, air, and water, and really just be there to appreciate and remember why we're here in life, is to nourish one another, nourish our bodies, take care of ourselves, and really cleanse ourselves of things that aren't necessarily good for us. And I would highly recommend it. I think I'd do it again. It was really fucking hot. Let's just say that. But there was a lovely lady sat next to me, and at one point she just said, gracias fuego, gracias calor, which means thank you fire, thank you heat. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I feel really good now, and I'm just gonna maybe chill around, enjoy this beautiful view, maybe sit on this little ledge thing on the floor, maybe sit with this little doggy over here and breathe life in, exhale life out. How did it go, Vandross?
Oh my god, so intense.
I will insert a clip here of Vandross laying on the floor after the Temazcal, but he was the only person that literally stayed in the lodge the entire time, so props to him. Champion!
No. Yeah, it's quite crazy.
How would you rate it out of 10?
Like I said, I definitely underestimated it.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just got really intense at the end, and like
I can imagine if you didn't have a break, like it just got...
Yeah, it came to the point where like my body started to get exhausted, so I couldn't like sit in my normal postures, and then I also was breathing through my nose.
Yeah?
For most of the trip, like,
okay.
Or for most of it, and then like probably through the third one, at the third gate, I couldn't breathe through my nose anymore. I broke and I started breathing through my mouth. Yeah, it was really hard. Like I couldn't hold my head up, and I just had to start laying down. Like the first time.
Your body looked exhausted.
Yeah, I really laid down. I just had to like lay on my side, and like my whole body started getting tingly, almost like when we go diving. And if you hyperventilate,
yeah,
it's like I think I was breathing too much for what my body needed.
Oh.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to do that breath of fire at the end, and I was like,
it's too much.
I don't know if that's right for me right now.
I felt like I was hyperventilating, like,
Yeah.
because my body started becoming numb, like my hands, and like it started in my abs, and like my hands, and like they started to become numb, and that's when I started to get worried.
You start to get worried. You're like, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, I was like, this is like, it's getting to the point. That's when I just had to lay down because I couldn't keep my posture.
And how did you? Whoa, it looks so beautiful.
Wow.
How did you feel when you finished the Temazcal? Also, this is lovely view.
Well, we'll get to the part where I had to, like, only time I got relief was when I surrendered.
Yes.
And I was just like,
he said he had a point of surrender where he was just like, I could die. What did you say?
Not that I could. That's pretty dramatic, but it was.
No, yeah,
it was though. It was kind of like
like
I'm just gonna give up right now.
I'm just gonna give up and let.
Yeah, I'm
just
gonna give up right now.
Let go.
Ultimately, it was like, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing
Yeah,
your experience.
Yeah, I underestimated it.
I feel like if gnomes and elves had homes, this is where they would live.
That's right now.
This is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen with my life, or with my eyes. Just, we're in the clouds. Nature's beauty. This is where angels live. They float around. I'm so glad we came here. I'm so grateful. Wow. Hello everyone. We are currently in our little room. Oh, I didn't realise the window's open. Shall I shut the window? I think it's okay.
No, we're smoking.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day, hasn't it, Vanjoth? Very long, intense day.
Long day.
Oh, I don't feel any of the shrooms anymore. Like, I feel completely normal now. But it was still nice. I felt like really good on it. And the view, just looking at it,
That was insane.
that was insane. That was insane. It just felt like the wind was like, had its own, I don't even know, it was like dancing. It was like dancing.
Yeah.
And at one point I was starting to see like women in the clouds. I started to see like these women, like faces.
It was just ever changing, yeah.
Everything. It was just so
Yeah.
intense. But it's been a good day. Signing off for now, and maybe see you in the next clip.
Full of joy today.
I am happy and full of joy.
And full of joy today.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's like for fucked up people. Like really like fucked up people. But I need this.
The subconscious mind works by repetition. You know, we implement new things.
Today is going to be one of my best days ever.
Thing is, though, you hear him saying, "Today is going to be one of my best days ever," every single day.
Yeah.
So like,
Every day. That's why I say there's one thing, I swear, like, I tune out. But there'll be one thing I'll kind of snap to, and I'll be like, oh, fuck. I'll cackle up and be like, you know, you're right.
yeah,
I am going to do that today.
that's
yeah.
so cute. I came to say hello to this dog again. Hello, you're so cute. It just makes me sad because it's currently tied up on a lead, so it can't really go anywhere. But it was like this yesterday as well, so I hope that it's allowed to kind of run around and be free, at least for a little bit. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Bye bye.